What's going on, guys? Hunter here with Goodman Lawn Care. We are headed back to the house to do a lot of things. I got a little bit I got to do today, actually, when I get off. I've got to go to the shop and move some stuff around out back. We hauled in a bunch of stuff today, and I kind of got to get all that situated. And then I've got to film a video showing you the new tool that Proyama sent me. Now, this thing is not something that I use a whole lot, but I will say I can see myself using this thing now. I mean, honestly, they've got this thing set up very well, and it is very, very powerful. So they sent me a 52cc brush cutter. Now, this sun gun is a hoss. I mean, it is a hoss of a machine. 50-to-1 ratio, so that's good, pretty standard with all my other stuff. 52 cc's, which is a very large engine, and for a brush cutter, that's amazing. They sent me a few different attachments for it with it. It came with the chainsaw, circular chainsaw, and then it also came with a circular skill saw blade, and then a regular grass blade, and then a regular weed eater head too. So you get a lot of bang for your buck with this thing for sure. Now, when I get home, I'll take it out of there. I've already unboxed it and everything. I'll put it together, but I'll show you how you put it together and everything. Show you how everything it comes with and all that. So, without further ado, we're gonna roll the intro and get into it. All right, so we just got back to the house, grab my straps, and we are about to try out this brush cutter. So, like I said, this thing is a hoss of a machine, and I am ready to hit this thing going and try this sucker out. So let me flip the camera around and show you what I got. All right, so it don't look too bad, just normal stuff around the pond here. And a little bit of this, a little bit of that, pretty thick right in there. And then we're gonna cut this tree down. No, I'm not gonna cut that tree down with that thing. Not made for that. But I believe the chainsaw one probably could cut it down, but I'm not gonna try that on that tree. But anyway, I'm gonna try some of this thick stuff right here too. I'm gonna try to knock a little bit of that down with it. But mainly we're just looking to get this right here clean and get it looking good for the winter. So anyway, I'm gonna walk up here and show you the brush cutter. Alrighty, so that's what it is. I'll show you how to change this out here in a minute. Got the guard on there, slip pin, tighten that down, and here's your handlebars. And here is the engine. Proyama 50-to-1. And let's see where it says 51.7 cc. That's what it is. So basically 52 cc. So it's got these little different holes right there. That is actually for your harness. So this thing actually comes with a very nice harness that just snaps on here, just like so. And then you put it around your back, just like a backpack. And so I'm gonna put the camera on the tripod and let y'all watch me use this sucker. So anyway, we got her all fueled up with gas. She's ready to go. I cranked it once a while ago, cranked up good, so should be good. the on switch right there. When it's up, it's off. When it's down, it's on. So make sure you flip that. All right, so I just stopped for a second. Nothing's wrong with it. It's just I need to tighten these bolts right here a little bit loose on the handles, because I noticed whenever I was cutting, if I held it exactly level, the blade was sitting like that. And I figured out what it was. At first I thought the shaft was turning, but it's actually this part right here. So there's a couple bolts right in there that I'm gonna tighten up. And so I'm gonna get my screwdriver, tighten that up real quick, and we'll be good to go. All right, so I came to the conclusion that there's nothing wrong with this thing actually. So basically this thing moves to where you can move, if you're on a slope or something, you can adjust your handles with the machine. So it kind of makes sense why they do it. I don't know how much I love that. I guess I'll need to try it on a slope to really figure out if I like it or not, but it does make sense why they do that. So nothing's wrong with it. I did tighten the bolts, but it really wasn't loose. So, you know, all good. So we're gonna get back at it. Okay, like this stuff right here is thick. I mean, this is very, very thick stuff. A weed eater, you wouldn't get through it with a weed eater. You wouldn't. I don't care how big of a weed eater you got, unless you have one of those walk behind weed eaters with like the big old huge screen on it. I mean, you ain't getting through that with a weed eater. It's not happening. I mean, this thing right here ripped right through it. This thing right here, didn't think I'd like this, but let me tell you, you have to have this on this thing because it's heavy. But with this thing, it's like wearing it on a backpack, and it's not that bad. So overall, this thing freaking rips. Okay, it's awesome. Worked perfect for this little project right here. So one downside that I don't love about this thing, and I know exactly how to fix it now. This guard. For this application right here, I didn't necessarily need the guard. I mean, grass and stuff like this stuff just kind of cuts it and lays it like a bush hog does. It doesn't really sling it like a weed eater does. Now, if I was weed eating with it, definitely use the guard and everything like that. But for this application, the guard just got in the way, because you saw, I don't know if you saw in the video or not, but as I would swing down to cut, you see the back of the machine is twisted. And like I told you, these things right here are made to twist so that way when you're on a hill, it flows with the hill if you're running up against the ground. So the guard is your problem. It's not this, it's the guard. So if you take the guard off when you're doing applications like brush cutting and stuff like that, you won't have any issues. Now, where is the guard good for and what application? As I said, weed eating, and probably when you're using the chainsaw attachment on here, you probably want to be using the guard. Other than that, you're using the brush cutter or just the skill saw blade, just cutting little saplings down. As long as you're wearing safety glasses, I think you'd be okay to do it without the guard. OSHA may come and get me for that, but that's just my opinion, because right now, then, like I said, in this application, the guard really got in the way. But overall, this is a very, very high quality machine. I mean, these handles and everything, like this thing is nice. It's really, really nice. It's very comparable to a Steel or a Husqvarna type machine, except without the price tag. You don't have the price tag of the Steel or the Husqvarna on this thing. I think this thing might run 200 bucks, something like that, and you get all that stuff for 200 bucks. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that for the price and for the quality of this machine here. So we'll be using this thing a lot on different applications and stuff like that around the house, as well as with the business and everything. So big shout out to Proyama for sending me this. You can check out my affiliate links down below. I have some Proyama stuff listed. You can go to Proyama's website or check out their YouTube videos to see some of their stuff in action. Just type in Proyama power tools on YouTube and it'll come up. And you can go on Amazon. Amazon's primarily where they sell most of their stuff. So you can check them out on Amazon. They have lots of all their new products on there. They just came out with a new wood chipper. It's more of a residential style wood chipper that has a push thing on it that's electric. Be perfect for leaves. Leaf season's coming around. They got a bunch of leaf blowers. And the other thing they came out with was a corded chainsaw. So that would be really good for also residential applications. Cutting up firewood around your house, got a few branches down, you can run off a generator, stuff like that. So, you know, go check them out, Proyama. Appreciate them for sending me this and for working with me. I've been working with Proyama for close to a year now, and I'm very happy with a lot of all their products, really. I mean, I hadn't had an issue with any of them, and they all run and operate very well. It is a Chinese made brand, but I mean, for the price and for the quality of the product, you can't beat it. So a lot of people knock on the Chinese stuff, but I like it. I like it a lot. I like this stuff, and like I said, I've had no issues with this. And so one of my biggest takeaways with this is it's a 50-to-1 fuel ratio. Matches all my steel stuff. I can use all my gases the same. I don't have to mix up a separate can and stuff like that. So like I said, big shout out to Proyama. I'm about to go up to the truck real quick and I'll show you what all came in the box with it. I'll show you a few tips and things about putting it together, things you might need to know, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So, alrighty, so of course it comes with a instruction manual. We got a 50, shows you the different models it comes with. They make a 26cc, a 42cc, and a 52cc. I've got the biggest one. And just for comparison, that's my hand. I mean, I have a pretty big hand. That's the size of the engine. The engine is massive on this thing, massive. I'm not sure exactly the weight on this thing, but this son of a gun, I mean, you just saw it, it rips. So anyway, like I said, you got your instructions, warranty information, stuff like that, all in there. Comes with, this is the chainsaw blade I was telling you about. See if to make sure the camera can get it. You can see it's actually got chainsaw teeth on it. So you can resharpen this thing, I would assume, and reuse it, and probably could take down trees like that if you really, really wanted to with it. So works out pretty good. Then you got your brush cutting blade. This is just like a skill saw blade that you would use on, you know, little saplings and things like that. Nothing too large. Comes with a good scrunch to check your spark plugs and to take off your blade. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And then comes with your weed eater head, and it comes with 2 or 3 of these Allen wrenches, which is a lot of these nuts and bolts on here take Allen wrenches. So to take your handle on and off, or to adjust it, you're just going to take your Allen wrench, stick it right there, and you're going to loosen it. Another one right there, loosen it, and then you should be able to wiggle it. Now, this thing does not come installed. You have to install it yourself, which is not bad. You take that bolt out, that one, that one, that one. This top piece comes right off. You pop it in there, screw it back on. Easy peasy. Second thing, or a few things it comes with also, is all your safety equipment. If you don't have any safety equipment, you got your goggles, you got your earmuffs, and you got some nice gloves. These would actually be really good for wintertime because they feel really soft and warm. But anyway, all that comes in a nice little bag to put your tools in. I normally leave a lot of my tools in these bags because they're actually pretty heavy duty, and they work pretty good to keep stuff contained. Also comes with a guard. So if you take this piece right here off, put that on there so you don't get dust and crap all down in your shaft and all. So cool stuff. That's about all it comes with there. And so I'm gonna flip this thing around real quick, and I'm gonna try to show you how to take off your head and work with it and everything. The easiest way that I've found to adjust these heads and stuff is to flip them upside down like that. Don't know if you can see it, but there is a Carter key that goes through there, and on the side of it over here, I'll take this off of here to where I can actually work with it. On the side over here, you notice, there it is, there's a hole. Let's see if we can see without the sun getting around. There's a hole right there. So what that hole is for is to lock that in place. You stick I use the Allen wrench. I just stuck it in there, and when you twist it, it'll lock, and that's for when you're taking that bolt off. Now, this is left-handed threads, or right-handed threads. It's opposite of what you'd think. Righty loosens it, and lefty tightens it. So a little bit backwards, a little bit tired today, but anyway, that's how that works. And it's got a spacer on there, and I'll actually take this thing off and show you the breakdown of it here in just a second. But anyway, that's how that works. So I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna put that brush cutter blade on just for demonstration and show you how to do it. So we'll do that real quick. All right, so first things first, we're gonna see if we can get this pin back through, and we got it. Try not to lose that little pin right there, very important. And then you're gonna take your Allen wrench, somebody is zipping and zumping up in here. All right, so I got this loose. Like I said, you stick that little Allen wrench right there in that little hole I said, you twist it till it locks. And then when it locks, when you get it loose, you get it broke loose, you can pretty much loosen it just from doing that, but sometimes it'll get caught like that. And got it locked. All right, got it locked in there. Now we're gonna take that side. And like I said, it's complete opposite of what you'd think. It's kind of hard to figure out for a second, but then you figure out it's nothing to it. So, got that off there. Lay that over there. And one important thing not to lose is this little thing right here. It's kind of like a lock nut. It kind of locks the bolt on there. You can see where it's been sticking to it. And the back of it looks like that. Now, you have 2 of these. That one goes on your shaft. You can see how it goes on there because it's threaded like that right there. That goes on your shaft, and then whatever attachment you're running fits right in that little hole. And then you put this side, the dented side, back on there just like that. And then you're going to run, like I said, back on with that and so forth. So we're going to swap the skill saw blade on there real quick. Take that guard off. Nobody needs safety. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm gonna put that on there. Fits like a glove. I don't think it probably does matter how that thing goes on there. Maybe it does, maybe it don't. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure it out. All right, so I had to look in directions there. Basically, the teeth need to be facing the direction that you're turning. So don't hate on me too bad if I've got it on there wrong. I've got it upside down, and I have no idea which way it turns. But that's the way it's supposed to go, is the way that it's turning. The teeth need to be facing that way. So just wanted to let you know that's what it is. So y'all don't hate on me too bad, but that's it. So we're going to put that on there just like that. Like I said, dented side in. Put it back on there. Put that on there, just like so, and turn it left to tighten it. All right, get her tight. One thing you might want to make sure you don't do, like I do every single time, is stick your Allen wrench too far in there, because then it'll get hung and you'll have to loosen it to get it out. So don't be like me and do it right. All right, just like that. Now we're going to take our itty bitty little pin, Carter pin, put in there. And then what I do is I just bend it just like that. And now you're ready to cut. You're ready to rock and roll. So that's that, got it on there. That's how you change that out. And so there you go. And then the Weedeater head goes on the exact same way that you put any of these on, except you don't need this part, obviously, and you won't need that Carter pin to put the head on. But anyway, there you go.